The Phantom Stranger Issue 2, written by Dan DiDio, art by Brent Anderson. Last issue we left off with the reveal that Phantom Stranger actually has, like, a wife and 2 kids and a full life where his name is Philip. And we see that Pandora has found this out. So this issue picks up with one of his, or actually both of his kids' soccer game, and everyone's cheering on, whatever like that. But Philip is a little bit distracted because he sees out on the field Pandora. Nobody else seems to see her, but just him. So she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, honey. I know I'm not cheering for our children, but just let me focus on the game real quick." And then he has an out-of-body experience as Phantom Stranger where he goes and talks to Pandora and just like, "All right, what's up? What do you need? Why are you here? Why are you at my kid's game?" Pandora pulls a gun on him and he's just like, "Really? A gun? We're doing that again? I think you know it doesn't work." And she's like, "All right, whatever. Why do you have a family? Why do you have kids? You can't do that." And he's just like, "Well, I'll ask you a question. Why are you here?" And Pandora's like, "Fine, all right, whatever. I need your help." So I found the box, Pandora's box, and the wizard was there, and he said that only someone who has the strongest of heart or the darkest of heart can open it. So I really want to open it. And he's like, maybe don't open it? Like, last time you opened it, a whole bunch of bad stuff came out. And she's like, "Yeah, but I can put the stuff back in. Like, that's what I'm trying. I open it up, I put the stuff in, and then it's not here anymore. So, yeah, we'll do that." And she's like, "No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to have, it's clearly this is a bad idea." Pandora's like, "Well, if you try to stop me from erasing the evil, then I'll expose your lies to your family. Mwahaha." So then Phantom Stranger, he goes back into his body, and his wife's like, "Oh, are you ready to leave? Do you want to go?" And he's like, "Why? We're in the middle of the championship game." And he's like, "No, we ended the championship game. They just wrapped up. Where are you right now?" And the kids come up. One of them got a trophy, and the other one scored like 2 goals. And just like, "Oh, I'm so happy for you kids, and so happy that you're safe." So they all get home, and he's like, "It feels a little bit chilly in here. Honey, why don't you get the kids up for a bath, and I'll take care of the windows and the thermostat down here." So they all go upstairs, and then Phantom Stranger says, "All right, show yourself." And he talks to this demon who's sitting on his couch, and it turns out it is the eldest son of Trigon named Belial. And he's like, "Belial, I don't know why your dad sent you here, but you're making a mistake because I will wreck you." And he's like, "I'm not here for any sort of attacking or anything like that. No. I'm here out of appreciation. See, last issue or 0 issue, no, it was last issue, you sent our darling sister Raven to us. And yeah, that was super chill of you. Thank you for doing that. But just want to make sure that you're not going to interfere with my interests or anything like that. So I'm coming here personally to give you the warning that if you try to play any games with me at the behest of my father, I will wreck you. And I will also bring along my 2 brothers, Ruskoff and Suge. And they will also bring hell on your home and your family." And then he just disappears. And at that point, Phantom Stranger's like, "Oh, crap. I really thought I could keep my family safe despite all my Phantom Strangering, but I should have known better. I'm doomed to walk a lonely road, the only road that I have ever known. I don't know where it goes, but it's only me and I walk alone." So he goes up, he sees his family. He's frozen time while he's in his Phantom Stranger form so that he can just appreciate them for a second longer, but then he restarts it, and he touches his wife as Philip again. And just like, "Oh," his name's Philip Stark, by the way. He's like, "Philip Stark, you scared the life out of me." And he's like, "Oh, it just sounded like you could use some help getting the children a bath." And they're all hugging and just like, yes, this is what ideal family time is. And the phone starts to ring, and his wife is like, "Oh, I wonder who's calling." He's like, "I'll go find out." And he goes, picks it up, and he checks the caller ID, I guess. And he's like, "I told you never to call me here. Terrence 13. So we got a guy named Terrence 13, who there was a backup story in All-Star Western following Doctors. I think it might have been Terrence 13. So maybe this is like a descendant. Maybe it's the same guy. Who knows? But regardless, Phantom Stranger shows up to his place where he's got like 8 computer monitors all around a swivel chair and a whole bunch of computers, and it's like, hey, I didn't want to call you, but I'm literally desperate. See, you're my only hope. Turns out that I don't know how to save myself from this. And he's like, save yourself from what? And all of a sudden behind is the haunted highwayman who's been hunting Terrence 13 as he is the last of his family line. And just like, yeah, that. Could you help me here with that? And Phantom Strange's like, this is so a personal problem. I don't need to solve your personal problems. And it's like, all right, well, please. And the haunted highwayman starts firing on Phantom Stranger. He just absorbs the blows. He's like, I don't have time for this. I literally want to just go spend time with my family. But the haunted highwayman manages to get a noose around Phantom Stranger's neck and pull him up. And he's like, oh, well, let me prove to you that even immortals can die. And then I'll get you, Terrence. So then we cut over to outside New York City where there's a diner that, of course, Phantom Stranger was at. He was the one who was at with Raven. And there's a guy talking to the owner of the diner. And it's just like, now, where did you see him last? And it's like, I told you, he just disappeared out of the diner. It was like a ghost. Honestly, I never saw either of them again. And then we get revealed that the person who's interrogating is Jim Corrigan, a.k.a. the guy who was turned into the Spectre in the 0th issue. And he's like, well, if you see him again, be sure to give me a call. We have some unfinished business. I like it. I actually think this is a good setup for a future plot. We got a whole thing with Trigon and that family going on. We have Pandora's thing going on, whatever she's planning to do. We've got Jim Corrigan as God's wrath coming after literally Judas Iscariot, and we have him just wanting to live a normal life. I think these are all solid stories that are being told. It is just an issue of, I still don't quite know what Phantom Stranger's power set is. Like, we've established now that he can stop time and he can, like, astral project. Okay, I'm good with that. I can accept those powers. But I'm really shaky on the whole, why is he able to just do all this other stuff? Teleportation? Seems like that's a thing, but, like, they never quite specifically say. So just a little bit more on that, I'd be much appreciative. But I am enjoying the story, even just now at issue technically 3. Because that 0 issue definitely kicked off the plot. I thought Jim Corrigan was just going to be a throwaway, but no, it turns out he's vital to the plot moving on. So I'm going to give this one a 7.5. I do enjoy it. I am looking forward to seeing how it goes. I think this one's actually a pretty long-running one, so we will see the continuing adventures of the Phantom Stranger.